General Kelly. I'm glad you got the hard names pronounced.
I think Colonel Johnson thought he was in trouble. You know, it's my distinct pleasure to talk about two individuals here for a moment. And you're about to hear an amazing story of two of our very own Maryland Air National Guard officers who spent time in Afghanistan and saved valuable lives during their missions. You know what? I look at the entire 175th Operations Group and I try to go, I can see any one of these attack pilots finding themselves at that point in time, and I think the outcome would have been the same. Now, I look at that over the years that I've witnessed the 104th Fighter Squadron and the 175th Operations Group, and I know how they train and how professional they are in the operational world. So I've got to thank Colonel Paul Johnson, who's the current group commander. My hat's off to him. And before him, I got to thank Colonel Kevin Campbell, because I think any individual that would have been there at that point in time, the outcome would have been the same. Having said that, I know that finding yourself in a combat mission and what it takes, it requires our entire enlisted corps, day in, day out, to make all those pieces work. Whether that's supply, fuels, parts, in the maintenance world, ammo, weapons, crew chiefs, the list goes on and on. Supply, medical. You may think that your day-to-day job is kind of mundane and doesn't play a part, but I'll tell you, all of you do play a part, okay? And for that moment in time, when it's important, when we have our members on the ground and they need saving, that's when it all comes together. And if we need to expedite those that should go or in need of, push to the hereafter, then that's what this is about. I want to bring up two individuals now that are going to receive the Distinguished Flying Cross with Valor, with Lieutenant Colonel Paul Zurkowski and Major Chris Cisneros. Please come join us. Give them a hand.
Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of the Distinguished Flying Cross with Valor to Paul C. Zurkowski. Lieutenant Colonel Paul C. Zurkowski distinguished himself by heroism while participating in aerial flight as an A-10C pilot, 104th Expeditionary Fighter Squadron, 455th Expeditionary Operations Group, 455th Air Expeditionary Wing, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan, on 28 June 2012. On that date, Colonel Zurkowski's bravery, courage under fire, and unmatched aviation skills saved the lives of a 90-man International Security Assistance Force team that was pinned down and taking heavy fire from multiple locations. Under low ceilings and extreme mountainous terrain, Colonel Zurkowski flew low through the valleys continually exposed to the enemy threat. Colonel Zurkowski courageously performed multiple shows of force to deter enemy aggression. During a rocket pass marking the enemy location, Colonel Zurkowski was targeted by enemy small arms fire and suffered battle damage. Colonel Zurkowski was able to remain in the fight despite being hit by enemy fire. Colonel Zurkowski then expertly employed 1,150 rounds of 30mm from the A-10's GAU-8 Gatling gun with 4 highly accurate passes. Colonel Zurkowski knew he had to continue his attack even when his gun began to malfunction with 30mm rounds exploding in front of the aircraft. The direct results of Colonel Zurkowski's actions under fire, with known battle damage, a malfunctioning gun, and extreme weather, were the successful neutralization of the enemy, allowing the ground team to regain control over a significant insurgent force. The outstanding heroism and selfless devotion to duty displayed by Colonel Zurkowski reflects great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of the Distinguished Flying Cross with Valor to Christopher D. Cisneros. Major Christopher D. Cisneros distinguished himself by heroism while participating in aerial flight as A-10C pilot, 104th Expeditionary Fighter Squadron, 455th Expeditionary Operations Group, 455th Air Expeditionary Wing, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan, on 28 June 2012. On that date, Major Cisneros' bravery, courage under fire, and aviation skills saved the lives of 90 coalition forces. Returning from air refueling, Major Cisneros was thrust into the middle of a raging battle as his flight lead departed with battle damage. Under low ceilings and in extreme mountainous terrain, Major Cisneros flew low through rain showers continually exposed to the enemy's fire. He quickly located the surrounding coalition force that had taken casualties and then verified the close enemy's position with timely and effective rockets. As Major Cisneros pressed the attack, another set of A-10s arrived. He took on-scene command, led the 3 A-10Cs on multiple danger-close strafe passes. He expediently employed and controlled 1,940 rounds of 30mm, ensuring timely corrections to adjust fire and allow the friendly forces to break contact with the close enemy. Once the friendly forces broke contact, he successfully orchestrated a casualty evacuation, providing close cover for 2 HH-60 rescue helicopters into the hot landing zone. The direct results of Major Cisneros' actions under fire, single ship, in extreme weather, providing on-scene command and directing a casualty evacuation resulted in the successful neutralization of the enemy. The outstanding heroism and selfless devotion to duty displayed by Major Cisneros reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force.